Okay, in this video we're going to talk about how to integrate the Microsoft MDT 2013 Service Pack 1 with SCCM. So first thing you need to do is check your on their primary site server where you want to just make sure that you have the Windows Assessment Deployment Kit for Windows 10 listed. If you don't have that installed, if you have an older version like Windows 8 or Windows 7, you'll need to uninstall that version and install the Windows 10 version. So once you have that done, you'll need to restart your computer, and I've done all that already, so you have that here. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to install the Microsoft Deployment Toolkit. Now I did create another drive so I can put everything on the on that drive. So I actually have another video for that, or I'm going to create one. So with that, now that that's all done, now what I need to do is I need to install the MDT piece. So I'm going to go in here and grab my MDT right here, Microsoft Deployment Toolkit 2013. I have a 2014 64-bit version. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this over here on my VM. Now this is all being done on a virtual machine, so it's not going to be the fastest thing in the world, but it'll at least give you an idea of how to do the installation. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and double click on the MSI, and you'll want to click on Next. And of course you want to accept the license agreement, Next, and then go ahead and click Next on that. It's going to install on the root of the C drive, which is fine. Actually, I want to put it on the other drive, this one. So I'm going to put it all on the F drive, so that for space purposes, I'm just going to put it all there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't want to go ahead and participate in the customer experience program, so just go ahead and click on Next, unless you want to, and then just click on Install. But for the most part, you're going to want to put this on your C drive. But I don't have enough room on my C drive right now, which is fine. So I'm putting it all on the F drive that I created. So with that, now that's installed, so the first thing you want to do is go into the MDT, because you're going to go into the workbench, because now you're going to want to create a deployment share. So let's go ahead and double click on that, and this will come up. Takes a moment. Okay. Now that we've got the deployment workbench loaded, you want to go to the information center, deployment shares. You want to create that. So what we're going to do is right click on this. We're going to do new deployment share. Or you can right click on, you have to right click here, go new deployment share. Click on that. And then we're going to go ahead and browse to that other drive. So we're going to do F drive. And there we go, F drive. That's where we're going to put it. Alright, so now we're going to create it's going to be on the F drive. You just click on Next. And it has to be that name, so that's specific. So just go ahead and click on Next. And then click on Next. And then we're going to take the defaults. We don't need the other stuff. This is when performing deployments, the behavior of the wizard can customize by tuning various wizard panes on or off. For those that are not desired, you don't have to, but the defaults are below. These are the default settings. If you wanted to ask for product key or local administrator password, we're not going to do that. So we're just going to go ahead and select the defaults for now. And then Next. And then I'll go ahead and create the share, and then I'll show you what you need to do next. Okay, once it's finished, you'll get to this, everything succeeded successfully. You'll finish. And now you got your deployment share, and you have all of your stuff. There's all your components. Now what we want to do is go ahead and exit the deployment share or the workbench. Now we're going to go into that folder to deployment share. Here it is right here. And now we want to make sure that the brights and everything is set correctly, which it should be. There it is, the administrators. We're going to go ahead and add, allow. And then if you have SCCM admins or what have you, other administrators, you know, we'll go ahead and add that. So now we're going to go to advanced. We got full control here. We're going to go ahead and add, oops, I want to go back the other way. Edit, we're going to add, I'm going to add a group called SCCM admins, or whatever admin group you want to add, which is fine. And then, so we'll just do full control, and that'll be it. And then the sharing is already shared, so you don't have to worry about that. Permissions, we have create owner. We're going to go ahead and add some additional administrators. I didn't spell that right, as I normally don't. Guess my typing today is not the best. Alright, we're going to go use SCCM admins for now. I'll add the administrator later. Alright. There we go. So we got that. The SCCM admin group has the administrator in there anyways. So we'll just go ahead and do that for now. So now we got the permissions set. So the first thing you want to do to integrate, one of the things you want to check when you're integrating, when you launch the Microsoft System Center SCCM console, I'll show you what happens, what it should look like before, and then I'll show you what it looks like after you integrate MDT. Takes a second to launch, connect to the database. Alright, so what you do is go to the software library. One of the two areas that you'll see change after I integrate is one is in the boot images. Right now you'll just see the regular boot image. This is by default. Task sequence, you'll actually see another. Right now this is just an OSD task sequence. This is an OSD boot image, and those are the two areas you'll see some changes once we integrate the MDT. We're going to go ahead and exit that out, and then we're going to go to the there it is. See, it says configure config manager integration. This is new, so you just click on this, and then we're going to go ahead. So since it's not installed, it gives me the option to install, so I'm going to go ahead and let it install. So that's what you need to do. Add the MDT console extension, and then add the MDT task sequence. So it's going to do that, and then your site code and your server name. So if you have multiple primary site servers, just make sure you indicate what primary site server you want this to be added to. If you have a central site, you don't need to add it to the central site, but primary site minimum, you need that there. Click on next and click on finish. That's basically it. So the integration is complete. It's really simple, straightforward. Now when you go and click on your console, when you go to the software library, and then you go to the operating system, and you see boot images, you'll now see an option to create an MDT boot image. And then when you go to task sequence, you'll now see an option to create an MDT task sequence. So thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below, and